We are going to turn this into this super easy DIY for the festive season.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play.
So you will need a DK yarn in your chosen color. I got here the Bravissimo Lurex by Teslan.com. This beautiful red sparkly yarn. And now to make the bow, you have many different options. You can use an iCord machine, like I'm gonna be using, or you can make one of these cords that I have a tutorial already here on YouTube. So you can choose one of these, or you can even use ribbon. A very thin one, you don't want to get like a thick ribbon. It can be like a 2 or 3 centimeters ribbon. And these are the extra tools I'm going to be using: tapestry needle, scissors, tape measure, and you can use any crochet hook size. I have here a 6 millimeters. So let me show you how to use the iCord machine. So take the end of the yarn and then you're going to pass it through the loop on the side of the machine. And this same end is gonna go into the center of the machine, into that little white tube right there. And then you wanna go all the way through the machine, and then you wanna insert the weight into that end. It's gonna hold it in place. Also, you wanna make sure that the little hooks are open, so if it's closed like this, you just wanna take it down. Now you want to rest the machine right on top of the weight. You want to pull the yarn until you feel that it's nice and tight. So I'm going to just hold my yarn just so that I have a little tension for the beginning here, but you don't want to hold it too tight. Just hold it around your hands like this. You want to catch the very first hook with your yarn, and then you want to skip the next one. So we are going to start cranking now. So instead of catching the second, you're going to grab it and move it towards the back of the hook. And then rotate the machine and catch the third one. And then you want to skip the next one. So crank it. Instead of catching it, you're going to remove it from the hook and place it at the back of the hook, like this. And now you want to lift your machine slightly off the table like this. So it's a bit off the table. And now you're going to start cranking. Cranking and cranking and cranking. And that is simply how you make the iCord. Make sure that you unravel some yarn before you crank it, because you don't want to put a lot of tension in your machine. And that's it. And now we just crank and crank and crank and crank. Until we have the length that we want for the cord. You can choose the length you want to do. I'm gonna do until the bottom measures 50 centimeters. It gives a nice bow size when it comes to like attaching to clothes. So I don't want to make the ends super long and the bow too big. So it's going to depend on how you want your bow to look like. Let's measure this because I think this is already measuring 50 centimeters. So you want to remove the weight of the bottom and you just want to make it as straight as you can, but you don't want to stretch it out. We want to measure without stretching. So I'm going to measure from the bottom of the machine all the way to the end. Oh my goodness. It's measuring 51 centimeters. So I'm going to stop here because I want mine to measure 50 centimeters. Inside the machine here, you have about 10 centimeters. So in total, my string is going to measure about 60 centimeters. So now I'm going to show you how to remove from the machine, and it's super simple. You're going to return the weight here at the bottom, and I just like to move all the way to the bottom of the machine like this. I'm gonna rest it on the table. And now you wanna cut an end of about 20 centimeters. You don't need a lot. You're going to lift off the table a little bit, and then you're going to crank it. Crank, crank, crank until it comes off the bottom like this. Now you can remove the weight, and here you have your string. Now let me show you how to finish it off. If one is already going through one of the loops, just leave it as it is, make that a little tight, and that one is already done. We are going to thread this end into a tapestry needle, and then you want to go through all the loops around. So go into the next one, the following one, and the last one. Just go through all the loops. You don't have to go through the last one if the last one is already going through this end. And then I think I missed a little stitch right there. Okay, that's good. Now you can just simply pull all that nice and tight. And that's it. And now we have to weave in. I like to fasten off first, so I'm going to choose a little stitch, and then I'm gonna go through the loop and make it really nice and tight. And now we can simply weave in this end inside the tube. So I'm gonna go through a couple of stitches. I'm going to skip that very first one that the yarn is coming out of, and then I'm gonna go down into the next one and all the way through. And then I'm going to repeat this until I feel like the yarn is secured enough in place, and that's it. Then trim off the end. Now you can weave in the other end. So each of my cords will measure 60. This one is exactly 60 centimeters, so 60 centimeters in total. Now I don't know how many I want to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and make all of them, and then I will be back so that we can do the next step together, and then I'll let you know how many I did at the end. So I have now completed all of the cords, and I have here 9 in total. And here is the sweater before. This is the last time you see it like this. Let's go embellish it! So I'm not gonna be adding any bows to the back of the cardigan, just the front. So I'm gonna be doing 4 for the sleeves, 2 on each, and then 5 here at the front of the sweater. So let's do the ones here at the front first, and I just want to plan ahead where each one will go. So yeah, I think this is how I'm gonna do it. So let me show you how we are going to be attaching them in place. So take your crochet hook, you're going to choose exactly the stitch where it's gonna go. Make sure that you don't go through all the layers, just the top. And then you're going to be passing the cord through the little stitch. And now here you can simply tie your bow. It's that simple. Make sure that you have a nice and even distribution like this. Now I'm gonna do a single knot just to secure that in place. And now here I'm going to tie my bow. If you want to make it extra secured in place, you can stitch it down with some sewing thread and needle. I'm not, because I want it to be super easily removable, so I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I can remove it when I want to wash it or when I want to wear just my sweater without the bows. So now for the sleeve, I want to do one here at the top and one here at the bottom. And now I'm going to be following the same steps to the other sleeve. Are you ready to see it? Ah! Look at it! Isn't it so festive? Yes! The other sleeve. This is little Bruna's dream. I'm actually speechless. This is so beautiful. And with this sequin skirt looks so adorable. I think this is gonna be my Christmas outfit. So this is what it looks like. Let me know what you think. I'm like beyond excited. My excitement is right here, right now. So this is how you transform any sweater, any cardigan using bows. Yes! And you can do in your favorite colors as well. You can do them all colorful. You can do seasonal as well. You can do for autumn, for spring, for summer, just changing the bows to different colors. And the coolest thing is that the bows are removable, so if you want to wear your sweater without the bows, you can. So you have different options. And also, if they come undone, for example here, you can simply just tie them. Like this. I absolutely love this DIY. Let me know what you think in the comments. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave your massive thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more fun DIY tutorials, just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Happy crafting and happy holidays.